Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Rainmaker's Roundup. Today, I have with me Lynne Williams. Lynne is the Executive Director of the Philadelphia Area Great Careers Group. Welcome.
Thank you.
Nice
Happy to be
have
here.
you here. You know, we match.
Yes, we do.
How about that?
Pink is in today.
Pink is apparently in. And you and I didn't even have like a little memo going back and forth saying this is, we're
Just
pink.
intuition.
And your nail polish looks good.
Absolutely.
Color coordinated.
There you go.
Lynne, talk about the Philadelphia Area Great Careers Group, please.
So we are a 501c3 nonprofit.
Okay.
We were founded in 2010. I took it over in 2015.
Okay.
Turned it into a nonprofit in 2017. Put a board together. So in essence, you can think of us as a nonprofit startup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it difficult to go through the 501c3 process?
We did not use an attorney. We did not use an accountant. We just used smart people.
Wow.
And I actually had a class at Immaculata University adopt me as their client.
Wow.
And I had help writing the bylaws, the roles and responsibilities of the board members, various other sundry things. And somebody told me that I could file a 1023-EZ, and I filed it with the IRS on April 10th, 2017. 8 days later, it was approved.
No kidding.
8 days. Couldn't believe it, right during tax time.
Do you know every time I've talked to someone about a 501c3, they say it takes a year, easily a year to get it done?
I think if you have your ducks in a row and you do the paperwork properly and you read
Yeah.
and attention to detail,
It's
easy
done.
peasy.
It's done. Good
Yeah,
for you.
yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the organization. What's the purpose of it?
Well, we have grown to almost 4,100 members. I took it over when it had 1,722 members in 2015.
Okay.
So we're obviously doing something right.
Yeah.
We are in Chester County, Delaware County, Bucks County, Montgomery County, Philadelphia, Berks County, Wilmington, Delaware, about to be Lehigh Valley, and I would love to open something up in New Jersey. I'm working on that.
Good for you. Wow.
So what we do is we're a networking organization, but we provide professional development to working adults, specifically career education.
Okay.
So if you think of two circles in a Venn diagram, you have career transition on one side, you have career management on the other side. So career transition, those are the job seekers.
Right.
They want the W-2 jobs.
Yep.
When they get the W-2 job, they cross over to the other circle and they become employees.
Yeah.
And then in the middle of the circle, you have the people that are teetering on entrepreneurship. When they cross over, they are full-fledged entrepreneurs,
Yep.
or we already have people that are entrepreneurs or small business owners. And also included in that mix are veterans. We really, truly reach out to support veterans.
Great.
So basically, it's any working adult that needs career management.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to manage their career. Even if it's LinkedIn online, they need to manage their brand.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
From students graduating, newly students graduating from college, or new graduates, I should say, to people that are in business for a
Seasoned,
long,
mature,
seasoned,
yep.
mature
Yep.
veterans.
That's the beauty of our organization is we are not just senior level or just mid to senior level or just a specific industry. We are inclusive and diverse.
Yeah.
We welcome everybody, and it's just like America. It's a big, beautiful mix of people.
Melting pot. Yeah.
Yep, you got it.
Lynne, where do you get? Where did you get the passion for becoming the executive director?
Well, I had no experience with nonprofit organizations before I started. So
Really?
my learning has been pretty much rocket ship.
Yeah.
Where did I get the inspiration? Well, the last letter of my name is E. So I'm going to attribute that to education. My mom was a teacher, and I guess that provided me with some inspiration in that area.
Yep.
I consider myself a lifelong learner.
Yeah.
It's all about teaching and learning. So the more that I learn, the more I realize I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just crazy. I love going out and, hearing speakers and learning more. But because of the education, I like teaching and I like imparting knowledge. And when I was a teacher in K-12, I actually have 9 certifications from the Pennsylvania Department of Education. And I love teaching high school students because I did teach them how to write resumes, thank you letters, cover letters, and all that, and how to do basic tax returns and basic life skills. So I also wrote IEPs for special ed students and GIEPs for gifted and talented students.
Okay.
I've translated that into writing for adults now. They're called resumes and LinkedIn profiles.
Yeah, of course.
So like the students, how do you help them reach their potential? Now I'm doing it with the adults. How do you help them reach their potential? Getting a job.
Yeah.
Or branding themselves in some way, shape, or form.
Absolutely, and a lot, yeah.
So the career education has always been a passion area. And when I was in career transition in 2013, I went to all these different networking groups and workshops, and I was just loving it. I fell in love with the industry. It became a passion. And so I spent all my time, morning and evening and weekends, working on this area of passion around my full-time job. I had to stop working due to some estate matters I had to take care of. But, I guess the thing that's still left on my bucket list is I would love to do something working for a university in career services, because that is my passion area, and I love academia. I love scholarly things. I guess I also love technology and social media. My undergraduate degree was in marketing, and then I did my master's and all my doctoral coursework in ed leadership. And I unfortunately had to walk away from finishing my doctoral dissertation, but I got to write a chapter in a book with Dick Bowles, the author of What Color's Your Parachute?
Oh, wow.
So this is Find Your Fit,
a
practical guide to landing the job you love. And I wrote chapter 8, and there were 15 other career coaches that wrote chapters in this book.
Wow.
The chapter was mainly started out with the applicant tracking system, and applicant tracking system is technology. So how do you analyze keywords and get them into people's resumes and LinkedIn profiles? I'll give you an example. Last night at 11 o'clock, I got a text from a veteran who's in our cohort right now. I partner with the Greater Philadelphia Veterans Network. He says, Lynn, since Sunday, 48 hours, my profile has had an increase in 644%. I'm like, booyah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. So it's being able to put those keywords in and put them in the right places.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even have 500 connections yet. So that's what's really crazy.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Lynn, what makes Philadelphia Area Great Careers Group so different from, you mentioned it as a networking group, but it's more than a networking group.
Yes, we are more than a networking group. The 501c3 hones in on education. We're all about career education. So I guess we are very budget friendly. If you think of the recycling logo, right? What we're trying to do is have impact and give back in our own organization as a nonprofit. There are other organizations where there's some, pretty pricey, attendance fees and whatnot. And we either have free or very low cost membership fees or entries to events.
Absolutely.
So that we can appeal to the masses and it doesn't hurt anybody's budget, especially job seekers. So for, a couple cups of coffee or something, you can get some real value.
It's pretty
in
remarkable.
The organization.
I mean, you have a couple of, there's a $15 a year fee. There's is it $35 a year as well? So
the $15 a year fee, that's just like, hey, you're coming to our meetups. We have so many things for free. Could you please help out and help cover some printing costs and make a little contribution to the insurance and whatnot. So it's nothing painful. But for $35, I got my little handy dandy list here. And for the $15, they will get a career management checklist. For the $35, they'll not only get the career management checklist, but they'll get, it's free to join our LinkedIn group, our meetup group, and they will get an accomplishment stories accelerator template, assessment links, business card tips, some discounts, job search accelerator, activity trackers,
Yep.
and resume accelerator checklist, and a LinkedIn accelerator checklist. So even if somebody is entrepreneurial or a small business owner, for that $35, they're still going to get value with that LinkedIn.
$35 a year.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, this is on the web. This is on your website.
Oh, this is on
Yeah,
our brand
so-
new website that actually just launched last week.
which is really nice.
Oh, thank you.
Very, very nice.
It was all built by volunteers, as was our Salesforce CRM. We have an amazing community.
That's pretty amazing. I was
Yeah.
what I wanted to ask you is how do you get? I should know this, but how do you get the word out about?
Well, the first thing is the meetup.
Right.
So we have the mothership meetup, and then we have some smaller sub-chapter meetups, but they're all connected on this thing called Meetup Pro. So that's how we get to the almost 4,100 members between the different meetups.
Yeah.
So our whole event platform and RSVPs are basically on the meetup. But on each meetup, in the description area, there's a bit.ly link. That
Okay.
bit.ly link goes to our Salesforce CRM.
Okay.
Basically, if we were to write grants, we need to capture our impact out in the world.
Yes.
And Meetup was not giving us the information we needed, so that's why we instituted the bit.ly link that goes into our Salesforce CRM, so that we can track the frequent flyers and who's a veteran and who's a minority and whatnot.
That's
so we
great.
can report that information.
Yeah.
Another way is, if I have time, sometimes we put things out on Eventbrite.
Okay.
We make Facebook events.
Sure.
But we are on pretty much every social media platform.
Yeah.
Oh, and our LinkedIn group, of course.
Yeah.
And I publish on LinkedIn. But we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, all the major ones.
Yeah.
And we make images and put the same content out there, basically because we have limited time and resources.
Yeah.
So we're getting the word out wherever people are.
Yeah.
Different people are on different platforms, so at least we're trying to communicate and
In various ways, right?
right.
People have to go to the website. You have to check out the new website that Lynn was referring to, and it's Philadelphia Area Great Careers Group.
No,
right?
the
But
website
not
is
the
greatcareersphl.org, right.
Right.
We also have a newsletter, so a MailChimp newsletter.
Yeah.
And I'm not one of those people that sends out reminders upon reminders upon reminders.
Yeah.
I generally send things out once.
Yeah.
So I'm not, annoying with
It's
the emails.
impressive to have 4,100, members right now. So that and growing. And after
Yes.
you've only been there since 2013?
15.
It's 4 years, 4 short years, and you've more than
I was
doubled.
working full time.
Wow.
The first 2 years.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's been really since 2017, the past 2 years,
Good for you.
where things have really started happening because I've been putting a lot more effort in. But here's the exciting thing. I found there was truly a need in the market. There are people in the nonprofit world that need to come together to meet each other, to share ideas, or there are employed people that are on boards and they
Absolutely.
want to
Yes.
learn more about nonprofits.
Yes.
So we just launched our NCN Philly, Nonprofit Career Network
Wow.
Philly, yesterday.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah,
That's
so,
awesome. That is awesome.
We had a nice little turnout and a mix of people from their existing organization and from the Philadelphia Area Great Careers Group. The word will get out. The word will
Absolutely.
travel. And we started planning what we're going to be doing in the fall.
Yep.
There's a social in July, and then we're going to wait until September and then, have a monthly nonprofit event.
Great.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick commercial break, okay?
Great.
When we come back, we're going to talk more with Lynne Williams about the Philadelphia Area Great Careers Group and how it's helped people. We'll talk about a case study right after this message.
Is a platform for people of any industry to share their story. Over 285,000 viewers are tuning in to RVN TV shows monthly. We guarantee a great experience that you'll be sharing with everyone you know while increasing your personal and company's brand awareness. But what is your brand? According to Forbes, it's a combination of your logo, your product, your design and feel, and your personality. Did you know that aside from being a guest, we offer even more opportunity to boost your brand? Adding your company logo and website on screen during your interview will allow viewers to recognize your brand instantly. Incorporating images and video clips is another great way to showcase your product during your live segment. Let viewers see how good you really are. And most importantly, there's you and your interview. For less than the cost of a newspaper, direct mail, or a magazine ad, you can leave our studio and within 48 hours have a permanent digital copy of your live segment to link to your social media, embed into your company website, or use in email marketing. Investing in your brand is so very important, and we can't wait to have you as a guest.
Shelter dogs aren't broken. They've simply experienced more life. If they were human, we would call them wise. They would be the ones with tales to tell and stories to write, the ones dealt a bad hand who responded with courage. Do not pity a shelter dog. Adopt one.
Say we've got grit, and we'll take it as a compliment. Because it's our uncommon drive, our spark within, that brings us together and sets us apart. We are temple made. And when others take shortcuts, when others take breaks, when others take the easy way, we take charge.
Hi, my name is Lynne Williams, and Executive Director of a 501c3 nonprofit. Founded in 2010, the Philadelphia Area Great Careers Group serves working adults. We have an active alumni network of veterans, those who have landed jobs, and those who have become entrepreneurs, consultants, or small business owners. Professionals from all industries, functions, and levels of their career participate as one of almost 3,700 members in the over 400 events that we run a year. We are all inclusive and diverse. In the last 3 years, we have more than doubled our membership. In fact, we have hosted over 22,000 people that have RSVP'd at our events. As social entrepreneurs, we are confident that we can empower our members with the necessary tools, resources, and a support network that they can use to manage their career, whether they choose employment or self-employment. Thank you.
Welcome back to Rainmaker's Roundup. I'm your host, Mark Iorio, and I'm with Lynne Williams. Lynne is the Executive Director of the Philadelphia Area Great Careers Group. Welcome back.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That was a great first segment. That was really, it's interesting because, you know, for a nonprofit, right, 4,100 members, and it's not terribly expensive, but the cool thing about it is you have all these great meetups and everything, and you know, ways to network and help people with LinkedIn and their resumes and everything else. It's doing remarkable work.
Well, I get lots of positive comments on LinkedIn that people are very grateful for what we do.
Yeah. Lynne, if I were to join, I'm embarrassed to say that I'm not currently a member of the Philadelphia Area Great Careers Group. I've been running my own business for 32 years.
Right.
But what benefits would I gain from joining?
Well, you would meet a lot of different people. Mm-hmm. So networking is, you know, so important, as you well know.
Oh yeah.
And you would learn different ways to maybe tweak your brand on LinkedIn. I'm going to say you don't know what you don't know, right?
Yeah.
Is that a fair statement?
That's fair. Yeah.
So I could probably go into your LinkedIn profile and I could be the teacher with the red pen and circle a whole bunch of things and say, gee, Mark, you should come to my LinkedIn workshops. You would learn a lot.
Interesting. Wow. So many people, me included, you know, you put things on LinkedIn, and I even had my wife say to me a week and a half ago, why is your company name not in your profile? Well, it was because there was another person like you who told me that I shouldn't put the president of the mega group in there,
No, you shouldn't.
right?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, there are little tips like that.
But your wife doesn't know that, so she needs to come to my workshops too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're right. You've done so much for so many people, and the thing that really tugs at your heartstrings, really, for me anyway, are the veterans.
Yes.
But I just wanted you to share a case study or a success story with us.
Back in 2014, there was a lady who was a member of our group. Within 2 months, she networked her way through our meetups and landed a job. She was a practice manager of a dozen or so doctor's offices.
Okay.
She wound up being downsized or reorged or something like that.
Yeah, right-sized.
Yeah, right-sized, whatever. She came back and she said, you know what? I want to come back and not just be a member, but I want to volunteer. In fact, I'd like to be on the board.
Yeah, wow.
So she actually applied to be on the board, and she's our VP operations.
Wow.
And sure enough, she networked herself to another job.
Yeah.
Now she's a practice manager for veterinarian practices.
Wow.
Yeah. So she's still doing, her job as VP operations. But when people land jobs, they should never, ever stop networking,
Yeah.
because that's in between transitions, so to
Yes.
speak.
Yeah.
So people have learned that the value and the power of networking and meeting people. I have met the most amazing people in my journey, and I actually had 211 connections on LinkedIn in 2013. I didn't even know I had a LinkedIn profile.
Oh my gosh.
And now I teach 11 hours worth of content.
Oh my God.
I now have over 9,500 connections on LinkedIn.
Do you really?
Because I'm out there, presenting
Yeah.
to so many different audiences and networking. So
Let me ask you a question about that.
Yeah.
There are some people that say, here's the advice they give you. If someone sends you a LinkedIn connection, what do you do?
Well, LinkedIn says you shouldn't be connecting to anybody you don't know,
Right.
but that defeats the purpose of networking and getting to know people and meet people. So there are people out there called Lions, LinkedIn Open Networkers, and they connect with anybody and everybody. I don't do that. I don't connect with anybody and everybody.
Okay.
But if there's people in the greater Philadelphia area and I can look and see that they have a real profile and not a fake profile, then I will connect with them, because I know I have a virtual sales force out there throwing my name around, as somebody that people need to know, in the career industry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll connect.
What sort of obstacles do you face or do you encounter with, either the industry or just individuals out there, Lynn?
I have to tell you that the technology and the way people apply for jobs has changed in the past 5 years.
Yeah.
Since I was in career transition.
Oh, yeah.
It's truly crazy. You
Yeah.
have to keep up with the trends. But obstacles are always, time, money, and human capital. So we are an all-volunteer organization. So it's always challenging to find volunteers who want to commit to something more than a task.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So we have lots of tasks that need to be done.
Right.
So there's a beginning and there's an end, and we'd love to have your expertise.
Yeah.
It's when you get to the board of directors positions, we are a working board.
Okay.
You have to be willing to believe in the mission
Yeah.
of paying it forward to help people, and put some time and effort in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if, as you're saying this, I'm thinking about people really latching on to, they're volunteers. You can't crack the whip and say,
Right.
hey, you're a volunteer. We are a working board. But the key that you just said that really struck a chord with me is buying into that mission.
You have to buy into the mission.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, so many people give to vets, pets, and kids.
Yes.
And if you think of the airplane situation with the oxygen mask, you got to put it on the adult first.
Right.
We need to help the people, the job seekers, get the job so they can pay for the kids, buy the pet food,
Absolutely.
and contribute to the vets.
Absolutely, yeah.
So you got to start at the foundation, and people say, oh my goodness, there's such low unemployment now. Well, yes, every week we celebrate people landing jobs. It's terrific. Those are success stories for us. But there's still a lot of people that don't have work, and somehow or another, it's not connecting out there with the people that are looking, with the people that have jobs. But success is when people do land jobs. You know, that's a great thing. But it's crazy. Sometimes people are coming out of jobs 25, 35 years. They don't know what's hit them.
Yeah, true.
And with technology and job seeking. And you got recent grads.
Right, true.
You know, who teaches job seeking 101? You get, you know, how do you write a resume? How do you write a...
How do you interview?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of things out there, little snippets. But being part of an organization that focuses on all these different aspects. We have some paid programs. We have something called a job search accelerator. It's an all day where we have subject matter experts, and it does cost.
Okay.
But it's cheaper than anybody could ever pay for a resume.
Yeah.
And you can't even pay for one of the subject matter experts for an hour.
Yeah.
You know, with doing a full day at this price.
Yeah.
And it helps a nonprofit too.
Absolutely. The other thing you said that was really interesting to me is even if you're in a position, it may not be the right fit, right? So finding your fit is so important. So
assessments are important.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people don't know what they want to be when they grow up, or they are downsized in the job, and it's time for a reinvention. Their passions are in another area.
Right.
It's amazing how much volunteering helps people hone in on their passions, because they might want to pursue their passion through volunteering. That's how I wound up where I am.
Yeah. Who's inspired you in your life?
Oh, who's inspired me, or what's my inspiration?
Yeah, where do you get your inspiration?
I don't know. There's I think, you know, there are people that are true go-givers, you know, especially Mother Teresa, right? She's definitely been a great inspiration for me. But on my LinkedIn profile, if you go down to the publication section, you'll see that every week I write a column for Vista.today, which is a Chester County publication. But it's all LinkedIn tips. Somewhere in there, you'll see a 101st commencement speech that I did for the Lansdale School of Business. If you click on that link and you were to read, you will see my story and the hardships and challenges and obstacles that I've personally had to overcome, and I put it in perspective. Okay? I have a home, a car, clothes, medical insurance, food. I'm not in Syria with the only clothes on my back, with a baby on my back, with a pair of flip-flops, not knowing where my next meal or my next night of sleep is. So you have to put things into perspective. And I think it's just because of all the things that I've been through that have helped me want to pay it forward to help others.
Great.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Lynn, this has been really enjoyable for me. I thank you. Congratulations on your awesome success.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
As Executive Director of Philadelphia Area Great Careers Group. Would you tell the audience how to get in touch with you?
Sure.
Thank you.
The website is www.greatcareersphl.org, like PHL, like the Philadelphia Airport, and careers has an S at the end. And anywhere on social media, it's at Great Careers PHL, or even the hashtag Great Careers PHL. So you can find us pretty much anywhere.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Lynn.
All right.
Great show.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is a wrap for Rainmaker's Roundup. Have a wonderful and safe week, everyone, and happy Memorial Day.